I bow to all the seekers of truth. At the very outset, we have to know that truth is what it is. You cannot change it, you cannot transform it, and you cannot conceptualize it. Also, unfortunately, at human awareness, you cannot know it. Something has to happen to our awareness, as told by all the scriptures, that you have to become the Spirit. Unless and until you become the Spirit, you cannot know the truth. We see around us the problems of science, how science has not been able to give us the totality of lifestyle which would enrich us, will make us joyous and beautiful. On the contrary, it has created horrible things like hydrogen bomb, oxygen bomb. Also, all kinds of problems of ecology have been developed due to the overactivity of our machineries. We have not been able to realize how to balance it and how to make it congenial to human life. The reason for this is very simple, that we have not reached the absolute truth. Absolute means there is the truth which nobody can challenge. Everyone feels the same way. Like you are seeing me wearing a sari here, like white color. So now all of you can see that with your own eyes. In the same way, the absolute truth is the one that everybody feels the same way. Now, what is the truth? The first truth is that there is an all-pervading power of divine love around us. You may not believe it, you may believe it. You need not be blind, you need not have a blind faith about it. But I am putting forward before you something like a hypothesis. And if you think it is the truth, by experimenting with it, by finding it out, then as honest people you have to accept that there is a power which is all-pervading. And this power exists. We see these beautiful flowers here. And these beautiful flowers, we take them for granted. We never think how this miracle has taken place. Look at our eyes. We never even think how this beautiful camera has been fixed for us. We take everything for granted, and that is the reason we do not want to probe into the areas which are very important today for us to find out. Firstly, in our evolutionary process, we have come up to a point that we are human beings. And then we are lost. We have not found the absolute. People are really seeking the truth. The other day I was reading about people who are now getting frustrated with Christianity and trying to go to Buddhism or want to go to Islam or anything. They are just the same. There's no difference. Because what Bible is or what Christ is very different from Christians. What Islam is very different from Muslims. That's what all of them admit also. What Buddhism is very different from the Buddhist. So what they preach, what they talk about, The other day I was reading a book on Islam, I was surprised. It's saying the same thing. Also if you read, say Buddha Dhammapad, it says the same thing. Or these Christian Sciences people, they say the same thing. But just they say. It's just a mental process. It has not penetrated into our being. It has not become part and parcel of our being. The religion that we follow is not part and parcel of us. If it was, whatever you may be a Christian, Hindu, Muslim, anything, you can commit any sin, you can do what you like. There's no controlling power within you. And this controlling power is your spirit. When you become the spirit, then you become a real Christian, a real Buddhist, and a real Muslim. Because then you can absorb whatever is written there, and you become that. Sahaja Yoga means, Sah means with, Ja means born. Born with you is the right to be in union with this all-pervading power. So this is the first truth that one has to experiment. The second one is that you are the spirit. You are not this body, this mind, but you are the spirit. You are seeking in a way. You don't know what you are seeking, but you are not satisfied with whatever you have. And you don't know where to jump, what to ask for. Simple thing is you have to be the spirit. Now for that, within us is this beautiful mechanism already laid down. Now I have read some books which say that this Kundalini, the power, which is going to connect you to this all-pervading power, like this instrument is connected to the mains and has some meaning, this Kundalini gives you all kinds of problems. It cannot, because it's your mother. She's the reflection of the Holy Ghost, as they say, or the reflection of this all-pervading power. She gives you the second birth without any difficulties. And it's a living process of the living divine power. So you don't have to pay for it. Anything that asks for money, please know that it has nothing to do with God, for God doesn't understand money. When we get these flowers, how much do we pay to the Mother Earth? She just does it. It's her nature. She just does it for paying anything. This is one criteria if you put, that you don't have to pay for your ascent into spirituality. You will immediately find out that it's a living process, and in a living process you cannot pay. You cannot put in any effort also. It's just effortless. At the most little bit you can guide. But there is no effort needed. Supposing a gardener wants to press on the seed to be sprouted, it won't work out. It has to allow it to grow spontaneously. In the same way, it works out within you. And once this happens, you can feel this all-pervading power for the first time on your fingertips, or maybe out of your fontanelle bone area. That means you get the actualization of your baptism. It is not artificial baptism that somebody puts a little water on your head and says, all right, this is your realization, or you become this and this and this. It's all artificial. Because it is artificial, it cannot be absorbed within us. The reality is that this thing has to happen, and it has to pass through 6 chakras, the centers of energy, and pierce through your fontanelle bone area. As a result, whatever I say, you need not believe me, but as a result, first thing happens, you get a physical benefit. Complete physical benefit means all your physical problems are solved. It's true that Sahaja Yoga has cured blood cancer within no time. It's a fact. And there are 3 doctors in Delhi University who have got their MD. There are 3 doctors, no doubt. And there are 7 doctors who are now recording all those people who got cured with Sahaja Yoga. But curing is not the job of Sahaja Yoga. It just as a byproduct it happens to you. The second thing happens that you get peace of your mind, your mental problems are solved. That is when the Kundalini rises. She passes through this center of yours, which is placed on the optic chiasma, and when it opens out this optic chiasma, this institution of your conditioning called as superego and another as ego, both of them are sucked in. And the thoughts come to you from ego or from superego, or from the future or from the past. Then you stand in the present. Then you are thoughtlessly aware, silent. There is no thought, but you are absolutely aware. Now, if you want to think, you can always think. No problem on that. But if you don't want to think, you can be absolutely silently watching everything. In that state, I would say, now see, I see a beautiful carpet here. Supposing I look at it and I am in thoughtless awareness, then all the joy that the artist has put in it starts pouring on me completely, relaxing me and giving me the joy that was hidden in this artistic piece. So you develop a state in which you jump into the ocean of joy. As they say, that a drop becomes the ocean, the microcosm becomes the macrocosm. They all talk about it, but it has not happened. And it's very easy to do it because you are all ready and this instrument is absolutely within you. So it is your own power that works. It's your own power. I don't do anything in the sense at the most you can say I trigger it. But when you become powerful, you can do the same. You can give realizations to others, you can cure people, you can help people, and you yourself, you are in the complete state of joy and satisfaction. This is your power, is within you, and just is to be manifested. Once it is manifested, it is tremendous, because I have seen drug addicts overnight giving up their drugs, alcoholism given up, all kinds of funny things we are doing with our own mental, I should say, projections, which are always trying to boomerang on us. All this mental projection is not a guideline, but the spirit is, because spirit guides you. It gives you the absolute truth in the sense that you can feel everybody's vibrations, as they call it, but the vibrations can be misunderstood. It's a cool kind of a breeze like waves that come in. Now see the miracle, these are, most of them are Australians or New Zealanders. And they sing these Sanskrit songs, which is one of the most difficult passage from the Adi Shankaracharya's Saundarya Lahari, which is a very difficult one, with such ease. I mean, they have never known. I mean, it was impossible to teach one sentence to these Englishmen who lived in India for 300 years. Well, look at these people. How have they picked up? So it enhances your creativity, it enhances your grasping power, it gives you a beautiful health, it gives you a beautiful mind, but above all, it gives you the joy of life. Then you start understanding why you are on this earth. Then you get a real identity and you know what is the purpose of your life. This has to happen to all of us, and it should happen everywhere. Surprisingly, that Russia and all these countries which we call as the Eastern world are wonderfully sensitive.